Hi, my name's Peggy and I have lymphedema in my left leg. I'm going to show you how I wrap my leg. Those are the supplies that I use. Right now, I'm starting with wrapping my toes. Lymphedema is a condition where your lymph glands are unable to work properly and move the lymphatic fluids out of your body. So all the waste and sewage settles. I have problems with swelling in my toes. Some people that have it in their lower extremities, their toes don't swell, but mine do. So I have to wrap each individual toe, and I start like this. This is a low compression bandage, a low stretch bandage. So it's not stretchy like gauze, but it kind of looks like a gauze. And I can use it more than one day until it gets just too torn up. I normally only wrap at nights unless I'm having a lot of problems with swelling. Then I have to do this 24/7. I also have a compression garment that I wear that's like a real thick pantyhose. It goes around, I have a toe cap that goes around each of my toes and comes down to about here. And then the other part of it comes all the way up my leg and down to the middle of my thigh on my other leg. Normally I do 2 layers of that, but today I'm going to spare you of that from that. After I put the toe wraps on, I put this cotton sleeve on to protect my skin, and then I wrap with 1/4-inch foam. Pretty sexy, huh? The foam, my leg, as you can see, was not really swollen today because I've been good and I've been wrapping, but sometimes it gets really big. So when you're wrapping, my ankle is the area that I have a lot of problems with, so I have the extra little foam piece that goes in there. When you're wrapping, you have to make sure that it goes on evenly so that the compression on the leg is distributed evenly. So I kind of look like the Michelin tire guy, except for in yellow. So, you ever wonder how the Michelin tire guy feels? This is probably it. Turn it off. So, now that I have all the foam on, I start with the low stretch compression bandages. These look like ace bandages, but they don't stretch as much as an ace bandage. An ace bandage stretches like 10 times its length, but this doesn't. Again, everything has to be real exact to keep the compression even. If you don't keep the compression even, then you're actually doing more damage than good. So it's a real monotonous thing. And as you can see, I wrap up above my knee to my upper thigh because I have swelling all the way up to above my knee. As long as I take good care of myself and continue to wrap and do all of this, I shouldn't ever look like those horrible pictures that you see on the internet when you look up lymphedema. Now, my therapist tells me not to use the clips, but as you can see, I don't listen to her. I use foam underneath, not cotton. She doesn't like me using the clips because she's afraid that it'll scratch me. Well, there's no way those little clips are going to go through all this. So, and the tape doesn't stick and it's a pain in the butt, so I use the clips. But when I'm in therapy and she wraps me, which is very seldom, she uses the tape. So I put 2 layers on. It goes one direction, and then the next layer goes the opposite direction, so that I end up putting 2 full layers of compression, even compression on. And now when I first was diagnosed with lymphedema, my leg was huge. My leg was probably bigger than it is with the bandages right now. See, wherever you start or stop, you start the opposite. You make sure you have your bandages going the opposite. So I'm done with my foot. Now I'm doing the upper part of my leg, being careful to stay right at 50%. And I don't put any pressure on it or anything on the front side. I do all the pressure and the moving up on the back side, because the back of your leg has less little lymph glands than the front. So you have to be very careful that the front is very evenly distributed. Okay, so now I have 3 of my 8 bandages on. Same thing. And I do the same thing all the way up, work all the way up my leg. I hate wrapping. This is probably the thing that frustrates me the most about having lymphedema. Well, okay, probably the thing that frustrates me the most is the pain and that not being able to do things with my kids, going places because I'm hurting or this and that. But aside from that, this is the part that I hate the most. Wearing the garment doesn't bother me. You know, it bothered me at first because it's like wearing a half of a pantyhose or 3/4 of a pantyhose. So it's not like I could wear shorts or, you know, sandals or anything. But last summer it got hot enough that I decided, who cares what I look like, and did what I needed to do. And people stare, but not near as much as they do when you go out in this. But anyway, so the reason that aside from the fact of the pain, the reason that I have to take good care of my leg is because there's a really high risk of infection with basically the sewage that just sets in my leg, because the lymph glands move all that junk out, and mine don't, so the sewage sets there, and if I don't do anything to keep pushing those fluids out, like wrapping and my manual lymph drainage that I do every day, if I don't do that, then it's just like a party for infection, and it gets right into the bloodstream and could be fatal. So that's why I take a lot of time and do what I'm supposed to do and actually take really good care of my leg. And as you can see, this is a very boring little procedure. But on top of that, it's just the inconvenience of, by the time I do my manual lymph drainage massage, I lay on a chi machine, which is a little machine that I basically lay on, and it shakes my legs, and it moves the lymph fluid. By the time I do that, do my massage, do my wrap, we're looking at a good 2 hours just getting ready in the mornings, and then another, 45 minutes at night or more if I'm wrapping. I'm supposed to wrap every night, but realistically I wrap about 3 nights a week. Unless I'm really swelling, having some problems, then I'll wrap during the day and at night. But like I said, really don't like going out in this. Not that I don't think the Michelin tire guy's cute and all, but the other thing is rolling these bandages up. You can't just roll them like you roll an ace bandage. You have to put tension on them so that when you put them on your leg, the compression's correct. So, super time consuming, pain in the butt, but I am fairly healthy, considering, and I do anything I want until I get sore and tired and have to rest. So that's it. Multi-layer compression bandage for lymphedema. Bye.